All right, today we are starting notes on a super important piece of math we needed to make sure we got through before the end of the year, and that's the idea about percents. So last week we did proportions, which roll us right into the idea of percents. So your essential question is, how can I use proportions to find percent of a number? So this little fraction bar proportion setup will help us solve every single percent problem. If you have colors, I encourage you to use the colors today to help you deal with which part of these that we're dealing with. If you don't have colors, it's not the end of the world, but it will be helpful to have colors. Get this copied down, and then we'll look at how we fill this out and solve it. So with proportions, we learned how to cross multiply. So that's the strategy we're going to be using today for our percents. Technically, we could use how I get from one to the other, that scale factor idea for certain percents, but cross multiplying will definitely be easier. So let's look at how we would do some practice problems with this setup. So the top is the part and the whole percent. And then that green one will always be 100%. That's like the easy one to fill out. It's always 100. The other three, the purple, pink, and orange, could be filled out, or they could be the missing information that we're looking for. So let's look at what we mean when we say part, whole, and percent. So the first type of problem we're going to solve is find the percent. So we're going to be looking for the orange part of this. So we'll have all the other information except the orange. So a problem like this, copy this down, would look like A here that says 21 is what percent of 35? I highlighted those in certain colors for a reason. The 21 is purple because that's my whole. Wait a minute. 21 is what? That's backwards. Sorry, guys. The 21 should be my pink. And the 35 should be my purple. So 35 is purple because that's the whole, and 21 is the part. So we're going to set up a proportion to solve for this. So I could keep using my colors. If 21 is the part, it would go right here. 35 is the whole, so it would go here. We can automatically fill this in as 100. And so that leaves the percent is what we're looking for, which should, oh, I did that 100 in the wrong color, huh? My colors are all over the place today, guys. Sorry. 100 is the green is always the same. And we are looking for what percent. The way we know which one we're looking for is where that what shows up. Now, we should all know how to do this. We're just going to cross multiply. So we end up with 21 times 100 equals 35x. 21 times 100 is 21. Add those zeros, and you can totally use a calculator. In fact, I encourage you guys to use calculators on these because I'm not giving you super pretty numbers. You're going to get decimals. So 35x, divide by 35, divide by 35. So 2100 divided by 35 is, well, it might be a pretty number. That is 60. 35s cancel. X, and then if you really wanted to be fancy, you would say 60%. So that's when it says what percent. So we'll do another one of those. So I have a feeling that my highlighting is backwards again, so I will fix it. So the part is my pink, that's 28. The whole is 50. And so when I set that up, we're going to have 28, and I could do colors, but this time I'm not going to. The whole is 50. I don't know the percent, and this bottom is always 100. Cross multiply here, cross multiply here, end up with 28 times 100 equals 50x. 28 2 zeros equals 50x. This should be a nice number, but I again, you're more than welcome to use a calculator. So, and we divide by 50, we divide by 50. We are going to get 56. 50s cancel, 56 equals X. So our answer is 56%. So that is finding the percent. You might also get a problem that says find the part. So pause and copy. Okay, so when we want to find the part, it's going to look like this. What is 12% of 175? So this time I don't know the part. So I don't know the part. I do know that the whole is 175. The percent is 12. And my bottom number is always 100. Cross multiply. Cross multiply. We're going to get 100. X equals 12 times 175. You're more than welcome to use a calculator to figure that out. You get 100. X equals 2,100. Solve for X, we divide by 100, divide by 100, and we should get X equals 21. Okay, let's do another one, copy it down. Okay, again, I highlight to help me so I know that I don't know the part. The whole is 20. The percent is 110. Percents can be more than 100. It just means that our answer is going to be bigger than the whole. And then our bottom is always 100. Cross multiply. Cross multiply. Get 100. X equals 20 times 110. So 100x 20 times 110 equals 2200. To solve for X, divide by 100, divide by 100, end up with X equals 22, which makes sense in this case. All right, and the third type of problem is we need to find the whole. So this one looks like this problem. It says 9 is 45% of what number? So when we set this guy up, we know the part is 9. We don't know the whole, so that's where the X goes. The percent is 45, and this bottom is always 100. We set up to cross multiply. So we cross multiply, end up with 9 times 100 equals 45x, becomes 900 equals 45x, divide by 45, divide by 45, and that should be one we can potentially do in our head and get 20 equals X. So if we do that one more time, setup looks like this. So 105 is 20% of what number? So I know the part is 105. I don't know the whole. The percent is 120, and the bottom is always 100. So we have 105 times 100 equals 120x. 105 times 100, you just add those zeros. So 105, 0 equals 120x. To solve for X, divide by 120, divide by 120. Again, feel free to use that calculator, and we're going to get not as neat of a number this time. We're going to get X equals 87.5. So those are the 3 types of problems we'll talk about together, kind of what to look for that will cue you in on which one we are solving for, and then we'll do some practice problems together here.